I'm Dr. Reese. Every week, you're going to have a module work plan to do for this course. And in that module work plan, we're going to identify readings that you're supposed to do. You don't have any reading to do in the textbook. I don't have you all do that the first week because some of y'all may not have your textbook yet. So you'll have reading to do next week in your textbook. If you haven't gotten a textbook yet, you need to get Essentials of Finance, which is written by Ross and others, the 10th edition, and you want to make sure, like I said, that you do not buy the Connect software package that goes with that. You just need the textbook. I will provide you with plenty of worksheets and exercises to do, so there's no reason for you to buy the Connect software package. There's a PowerPoint presentation for you to review this week, and these work plans are all set up the same way. In the first row, you're going to see readings. In the second row, the blue row, you'll see whatever PowerPoint presentation you need to review. That's a PDF file you'll find on the D2L course site. In the third row, the gray row, you'll find any main videos that I've made for you to watch to help you understand the material. In the fourth row, the green row here, you'll see whatever exercises I posted on D2L that you need to download. Typically, you're going to want to download these exercises before you watch the video, because what I'm doing in these videos is walking you through these exercises. So again, what I'm doing in the videos is walking you through the exercises. So I'm not just essentially doing a lecture. What I'm doing is an exercise, having you all work through that exercise with me on the video. So you're going to want to print out this balance sheet puzzle, this income statement puzzle, this accounts type quiz worksheet, and these typical transaction summary accounts. So you're going to want to print all of those out and have those physically available to you before you start watching the videos. In addition to videos that I will make for you, which I call the main videos here. So in addition to videos I've made for you, I also, in this row here, this fifth row, will sometimes include PDF files that contain links to videos made by others. So again, I also sometimes include a PDF file that has links to videos made by others. Typically, these videos are shorter and they just give you another perspective on how to do the work. So some people find it helpful to have more than one perspective on how to do a particular kind of analysis or solve a particular kind of financial problem. The last row of the module work plan will be whatever tests, quizzes, or deliverables you have for the week. This week you have 3 tests / quizzes or deliverables. One, you need to do your attendance verification quiz. That attendance verification quiz is the way in which I, as your instructor, verify that you're participating in the course. It's imperative that you complete this attendance verification quiz. I strongly encourage you to get that done between now and the end of day on Wednesday. On Thursday, I will check the results of that attendance verification quiz and verify all the people who have completed that. If for some reason you fail to complete this attendance verification quiz and we roll around to Monday, the registrar may very well drop you from the course. And if you get dropped from this course is oversubscribed, it has a wait list, there's no guarantee you get back in the course. So again, let me stress this to you, because every semester this happens, people don't listen to what I'm saying. Get this attendance verification quiz done by end of day Wednesday, so that when I go in to verify you on Thursday, you've already done it, you have a score. If for some reason you get through this week and it's Monday and you haven't done this, the registrar will drop you from this course. There is a wait list for the course. There's no guarantee you get back in the course. So there's nothing I can do to assist you. And in addition to this attendance verification quiz, you have an accounts type quiz. This is designed to help you understand how much of the material you remember from Accounting 1. So again, this is designed to help you understand how much of the material that you remember from Accounting 1. You're going to need that material because we're going to build on it in this course to do financial analysis. And it's important that you ultimately be able to score easily 100% on this quiz. This material is foundational. Finally, there is a quiz on Chapter 1. Now, I said you didn't have to read Chapter 1, but you will find on the D2L course site, I posted a PDF file that contains the PowerPoint for Chapter 1. You can review that to prepare to complete this quiz. Even if you do not have the textbook, there's enough information in that PDF file with the PowerPoint slides for Chapter 1 that you can do this quiz. So that is the work plan for the week. Every week we'll have a check-in session like this where I will review the weekly module work plan. This is also a time if you have some questions of general interest to the class, if you want to ask some questions, you can post something in the chat and I'm happy to answer any questions. If you have need of some additional resources, let me know that. I can do that for you. Typically, these sessions are going to last about 15, no more than 20 minutes. Today, I may run just a little bit longer because I want to go over to the course site and make sure you know where all the resources are in the course site. So I'm going to log into the course site right now and make sure that you can navigate through the course site and know where the materials are. All right, I'm going to go to the course site. So every week I will post an invitation here in this course news for the Zoom check-in session. Now, if you're on this chat, you already have found these invitations. Every week I will post an invitation for the Zoom weekly check-in. Most of what you need will be found in the content section of the course site. So I'm going to click on content. If you go to the content section of the course site, you'll see on the left-hand side a navigation panel. There's a navigation panel here. And here's the table of contents. Here's the syllabus. If you haven't done so, you're going to want to download this syllabus. So if you click on this link, you'll be able to download that syllabus. I described this in the syllabus, but I've also made a separate video that describes how your course grades will be determined. So in other words, how will you be evaluated? This is a short 9-minute video that walks you through exactly how the point system in this course works to determine what your grades are. Here's a second video, a 5-minute video about completing the attendance verification quiz. So you might want to watch that before you actually do the attendance verification quiz. If you haven't done so, you want to go to the syllabus module and read through all this material. Second item is every week I'll have these Zoom check-in sessions and I will post a summary of that Zoom check-in session here. So if for some reason you cannot make it, you can't physically participate in the Zoom check-in session at the time of the session, synchronously, then you can come later and watch this recording of the Zoom check-in session. Third item is the weekly online learning modules. Again, this week, we're doing a review of accounting. And so if you go to week 1, you'll find that everything you need to review for week 1 is in the week 1 section. So if you look in the week 1 module, you'll find the work plan, which I just reviewed with you. You'll find the videos that I've made for you. You find the videos that I have curated for you that were made by others. You find a PDF file that has PowerPoint slides. You find the various exercises identified, the balance sheet puzzle, the income statement puzzle, the accounts type quiz, the answers to the accounts type quiz. So usually when I have you do a quiz or a worksheet, I'll give you a blank version of it, and then I'll give you a version with the answers so you can check that you've done it properly. And then here's the 12 typical transaction summary. There's a blank version and a version with the answers. Now, again, what I want you to do is to print out the blank versions of these exercises before you watch these videos. so that you can work along with me in the video. That's going to be the best way for you to learn. There's a module for every week. Right now we're working on week 1, but again, there's week 2, week 3, week 4, etc. This is where you're going to be spending most of your time in this course. Now, I also have some other resources. If you just want to find the PowerPoint presentations, if you go to the next item in the content section, you'll see PDF files, the PowerPoint slides for each chapter. So again, if you go on the table of content in the content section of the course site, you click on PowerPoint presentations, you'll see their PDF files for each of the 7 chapters you're going to review this semester. Last thing I want to mention to you is about resources for learning accounting. To succeed in this course, you need to be comfortable with all the material you learned in Accounting 1. Now, some of you may have forgotten that material, or some of you may never have successfully mastered it, but you're going to have to do so to get out of this course. Now, it's not my job to reteach you accounting, but I'm going to try to refresh your memories. For those of you all who feel like you need extra work, have made this accounting review workbook section. This is a PDF file that contains a self-guided workbook. I'm not assigning this to you, but if you feel like you need the help, you should print out these PDF files, and then they're fill-in-the-blank worksheet books, and you can, work along at your own pace to kind of refresh yourself. One thing I should mention is that it's important that you print out the exhibits first, because each section of the workbook references material that are in the exhibits. So if you don't print out the exhibits as well as the different parts of the workbook, you won't understand what they're referencing with their questions. So you need to print out whatever part of the workbook you're working on, but you also need to have a copy of these exhibits. These shows you the various financial statements so you can answer the questions in the various parts of the work. The only other thing I want to tell you is about assignments. The assignments section is where you're going to find all the quizzes that you're going to be doing. So again, most of you found the attendance verification quiz. Any quizzes that you have due for the week are going to appear here. The module quizzes, in other words, the ones that relate to the material in the textbook, quizzes are available from Wednesday through Sunday. So again, quizzes are typically going to be available from Wednesday until Sunday night. The purpose of quizzes is to make sure that you understand the material that I've given you in the worksheets and that you've read in the textbook. And the quizzes also prepare you for tests. And then you'll also will have what I call business news quizzes. These business news quizzes are just designed to be short 1, 2, 3, 4 question quizzes that help you relate the material in the course to things that are going on currently in the world of finance and business. Now, these quizzes are meant to be easy and simple, and you are meant to go on the internet and do research to try to answer them. So again, you're supposed to go on to the internet, do research to try to answer these questions. But these questions will help you sort of relate the material in the course to what's going on in the real world of business and finance. And again, they're meant to be very short. You get 2 attempts at every quiz. Please note that while you get 2 attempts at each quiz, you only get 1 attempt at a test. Again, there'll be 4 tests in this course. You only get 1 attempt at a test. You get 2 attempts at each quiz, but only 1 attempt for each of the 4 tests, and also 1 attempt at the final exam. So be mindful of that. If you make 1 attempt at a quiz, then that will be your score on the quiz. If you make 2 attempts at a quiz, then whatever your score is for the second attempt, that's your score. Now, please note, quizzes are available from Wednesday through Sunday. So again, quizzes are typically going to be available from Wednesday until Sunday night. The reason I make quizzes available for 5 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is so that you have time to take the quiz twice. The purpose of quizzes is to make sure that you understand the material that I've given you in the worksheets and that you read in the textbook. And the quizzes also prepare you for tests. After you do that first attempt, if there's material you don't understand, you need to go back to the reading or go back to the worksheets, go over it again, or get in touch with me. I'm happy to work with you. Either we can do a Zoom session individually, or you can shoot me a question by email, or we can talk on the phone. And there's also a tutor for this course too. I'm allowing you to take the quizzes twice so you can identify what material you've learned, what material you haven't learned. Go back and review what you're not clear about, and then go and take the attempt again. So you could do the next attempt a day later, 2 days later, 3 days later, as long as you don't wait till the last minute. But what I often see people doing, which is kind of silly, they'll do one attempt, and then 10 minutes later, they'll do the second attempt. That's not what I'm trying to get you all to do. I'm trying to get you to figure out, what material do you understand? What do you need to go back and take a better look at? And then give you time to go back and take a better look at it. And then test yourself again to see how you're doing. Now, why is this important? This is important because the quizzes are designed to prepare you for the test. If you can do the quizzes easily, then you're going to be very comfortable doing the test. The way I structure my courses is I write the final exam for a course first, because I say, what should students know at the end of this course? Second thing I do is then I back out the test from the final exam. I look at the kind of questions I have on the final exam, and I build 4 tests. They have similar kind of questions to the questions I have on the final exam. They're not exactly the same, but they're similar. I want to make sure that the tests map to the final exam. Then finally, when I construct quizzes, I look at the questions I have on each of the 4 tests, and I back out quizzes and exercises that relate to the questions I have on the test. So the point is that the exercises are designed to prepare you to do the quizzes. The quizzes are designed to prepare you to do the test, and the tests are designed to help you prepare to do the final exam. So they're all logically linked together, kind of like train cars. I hope you guys learned a lot of finance in this course. If you have questions, I have office hours. You will find a link on the first page of the syllabus to my Calendly app, and that is an easy way for you just to make a virtual appointment with me. That appointment can be a telephone call, or it could be an individual Zoom session. So whatever is more convenient for you. You can also just shoot me an email if you got questions about something. If you have something that's really quick, you want to shoot me a text, you can do that. But make sure you send me a text first indicating your first name, last name, and your student ID number, and I'll put you in my contacts so my robot app won't delete you and spam filter you away. Again, you know how to find me, but again, you can contact me by phone, text, email, or if you go through my Calendly app, you can set up virtual appointments with me. All right, happy studying.